G'day folks. It's one of those Mondays where we get to talk about stuff because I was hoping to do something and now I sort of can't because there's a van in my way. Dad's got his diesel high ace off Brad, V8 Jagnut. You would have noticed, if you've been watching his channel, you'd notice he's been working on it recently. And yeah, my dad was the client that he was fixing the van up for and getting the roadworthy on it. So Dad's got that, he's really happy with it. I'll have to do a video on it soon because it's a nice diesel engine in that. Despite being worn, it's a lot faster than his Mitsubishi Express vans, both of which are auto versus column manual for the diesel. And yeah, it's not a bad unit for an 88 model. 88 or 86, it was the older style, sort of between the really early ones with the round headlights and the newer ones that you see everywhere up to the even early 2000s. I think they were still producing the third or maybe fourth generation. But it's not a bad van, so big thanks to Brad for offering us that one for a good deal. I think we paid about $2 grand, $2.5 all up by the time we got all the work and roadie done on it. And yeah, diesel economy and diesel power. But yeah, one of the old vans is in the way. I just got home and it's like, oh, Dad's moved something into my little work area and there's no keys for it, so I'm going to have to try and shunt it forward out of the rut that it's sitting in and go from there. So I want to do this forward. I got a estimate on the brakes and everything from Tyre Power, my local Tyre Power shop. My work does a lot of work for them too and gives them a lot of work putting new tyres on vehicles like the truck and the work trucks and things like that. So I think he looked after me a bit on the price. It's going to be roughly 150 labour to fit 4 new ball joints, either side, new rotors, new bearings, new seals, wheel alignment and wheel balance will all be 150 to 200. It usually ends up a bit higher than the quote because something will go wrong. I'm expecting that something will come up a bit fishy and he'll spend a bit of time mucking around getting a stuck ball joint out or something, but that's alright. So labour's quite acceptable. I wouldn't expect to pay any less for someone like Brad or anyone else to do them. Ball joints $55 a piece. Rotors are 75 with the wheel bearing kit and everything. I've already bought pads, so pads can just go on, the ones I've got, RDA pads. Yeah, it's not a bad deal, so should come in under $600 I think, or maybe just over, I don't know. Either way, I got more than enough cash to pay for it. I've been saving up for this, so finally time to get the Ford done. I did the rear brakes on the weekend. I've got some little bits of video on that one, but nothing substantial. They were a bit of fun. It took me ages to figure out how the calipers worked and everything worked because you've got to screw the pistons back into those ones. And once that was done, the other side was just a 10-minute job. It's so much easier once you know how things go together. And thanks to all the Aussie Ford forums and things, I just googled it and got some Aussie Ford forums where people were doing the same thing, and yeah, worked. So this van out here probably going to end up as scrap metal. I'm going to see if the local commercial wrecker wants it, but otherwise it's going to be junk. I really got to adjust the brightness on this camera. But yeah, this thing's probably going to get scrapped. It's the Star Wagon. The ring gear on the flywheel is almost gone. It takes forever to get it to bloody bite in and start. It's like 3 or 4 attempts before it stops just pinging off it. But yeah, I've got to try and move it forward, but it's stopped in a rut, and even if I release the handbrake, the wheels aren't enough of an angle not to bloody take out my post there. So I'm going to wait till Dad shows up and gets rid of this piece of junk. I've got to clean all the plastering supplies and stuff out of the back anyway. There's a bit of racking and sheet metal stuff in there to salvage. The perforated railing. Maybe save the head unit. Oh, I don't know where the CD changer for that is. I think we threw it out. It's got a Sony head unit and CD stacker in here, but I think they were having problems with it when they got rid of it anyway. So yeah, junk van, and the other one's going to be junk too. This standard Express. I might pinch the tow bar and adapt that to the Festiva. Just cut these off and run some bars back. Make it into make the Festiva a little more useful. Spare wheel carrier held up with cable tie. That's really safe. Well, worst thing is it'll just drag on the road. Yep. Junk, junk and more junk. So either way, you can probably get the car almost in, but the car's got to sort of come up to about here. before I can close the gates. Oh well. What do you do? I did get a new washer bottle motor for it, so that's a good start. And got to get a new windscreen next week. I'm going to lose my 150 that I put down on the roadworthy inspection. I just don't have the time. The Ford's getting the stuff done at Tyre Power on Thursday, which is when the roadworthy inspection runs out. Goody! It's good to hear that New South Wales gets 28 days or something to do their roadworthy work before the inspection runs out. Over here we get screwed. We only get 7 days. And it costs 3 times as much. Which is a bit of a bugger. They're really pushing to get old cars off the road in Victoria. They're not making it easy. I think the RACV did a test or some examinations and research and found only maybe 0.5% of accidents are directly related to vehicle condition, like bald tyres or failed brakes. And yeah, yet they're so stringent on roadworthy conditions over here. Whereas other countries, unless the vehicle's in obvious danger, like panels and things falling off, or bald tyres, or failing brake hoses and things, they don't mind. I think they sort of came to the conclusion that it's only 0.5% of accidents are actually caused by vehicle condition. Most of it's driver error. Not speeding, not vehicle condition, just bad drivers. Lots of bad drivers. But they get away with it because the government's so obsessed with speed cameras and roadworthy and stuff. I can understand being obsessed with not drink driving and stuff because that's legitimately impairing people. But no, they're making it very hard in Victoria. To the point where it's almost not worth owning an old car. I've been tempted so many times just to get finance on a brand new car and just call it a day. It's just so much easier, keep it in warranty, anything major breaks it's under warranty, sell the car before it goes out of warranty and just get another new one, get the latest model. So yeah, one day I'll probably end up doing that when I can afford finance and that sort of thing. Right now it's just easier. It's just easier to buy an old banger and run it into the ground. It really is. I mean, and not even that. You can keep them nice for years to come as long as they don't try and outlaw them or buy them back. No cash for clunkers programs here, thank you. I think Gillard had something like that in mind and enticed people to buy Camry hybrids and Priuses and other garbage. I think that idea got shot down very quickly. But then again, it'll probably rear its ugly head at some stage during the rest of her campaign, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't call her a proper Prime Minister, so right now she's just hanging in there, occupying the Parliament House. Anywho, that's enough for tonight, and I'll try and figure out something to do. I'll try and push that van towards the door and get the other car in. I want to be able to close the gates for the night, so yeah, that's going to be fun. Thanks for watching.